Kia ora, welcome Virgo. This is your reading for this new moon in Cancer and the shifting of the moon's nodes into Aries and Libra. So new moon in Cancer, beautiful time. It feels like the sun here is getting slightly higher in the sky each day. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We go through and clarify with a couple of other decks, and what was I going to say? Check out any other titles, and thanks for all your comments and likes and subscribes. It really helps, and all the comments about the lack of sound quality. Thank you. I need it. I need that, and so hopefully it's better today. Okay, Virgo, let's see. We've got the 10 of Cups coming out. We'll get a few more cards and then I'll talk about it. 10 of Cups is a beautiful card here. Let's just see. For Virgo. Okay, I'll get one more. Oh, thank you. It just flew out. Okay, we've got a mixed bag. We've got a mixed bag, Virgo. We come out with that beautiful 10. There might be some, there might be some alteration that you're making in life and work. It could be, this is an interesting selection of cards, this beautiful. So we know, the radiance of love. We see it around us. We feel it. Not all the time. We'd like to. But within that 10, we see it all around us in the physical world. It's come to fruit. It's come to fruition. We see it. It's around us. Are we fully embracing it? Can we fully enjoy it? That is the question. We have the 8 of Swords next. We're talking self-limitation in a nutshell. There's a slight lack of focus in the central point of this reading. There's which is not I'm not saying that's good or bad. It just is, and it is somehow a requirement sometimes where we do lack focus, where we are in a kind of zone of assessment, where maybe we are looking at ourselves and kind of with a level of objectivity and critique, because I see that as a positive aspect of the 8 of Swords of this card of self-limitation. It's purely mental. It's a mental state. So a level of, I'm not saying, I wouldn't say confusion is the right word, just a lack of focus. You'll see why. Prince of Swords, beautiful prince, is taken. There is no target. There's no zeroed in on a particular thing. We're going in all directions. You're ruled by Mercury, Virgo. It's not surprising that you find yourself in this state, mental state. Sometimes these little fairies described as in the Thoth deck are taking the prince on a bit of an unusual journey in all directions here. Thought forms, we can see them as we all create thought forms that are not necessarily beneficial to us at times. Some of them are. And so there's an assessment going on here, the 7 of Cups. When we assess something, we take our time, don't we? So we can see in the Thoth deck assessment that the fountain is starting to stagnate, because water is designed to move. to flow. And so there might be a level of frustration somewhere in here for you, Virgo, but we come to the two of discs. We're going to be making a decision. We know that. At this current time, we're keeping a balance. We're balancing things. There's a tension within that balance. And this encompasses whether you're in a position where you're making some changes in your world, or you're just taking time out to try and figure a few things out. It's largely about where you want to be going next. I mean, isn't it? Whenever we do an assessment, it's about, okay, I'm assessing how I do what I do, how I think. It could encompass all of those things. So let's go through and clarify, Virgo, for you, excuse me. 10 of Cups, a beautiful radiant card. I mean, it's a beautiful card. Now, I've got 2 cards here. Wheel of Fortune. 3 of Swords. We know the 3 of Swords. Can we trust the way our Wheel of Fortune is moving, or how we're kind of seeing that playing itself out? This 3 of Swords, I do believe, is past. Has passed. We all know what sorrow is. We're moving through it here. We also know that 10 of Cups. We've been through all that over and over again in our life. We know the wheel keeps turning, so we're aware of it, Virgo. It's just a period. It's just a period. And the Wheel of Fortune is a wonderful card. Don't forget that. It's coming up here. It's coming around. It's doing another turn. Death. Looking at that 8 of Swords here, which is self-limitation, death, transformation, getting over that. Understanding it more so, allowing it to alter, to change, to diffuse. And so we don't want to be limited by not being able to think in a lateral sense about what we can do with the skills that we have and our resources. This is it, because you know that. 10 of Cups again. You know that there's a lot of happiness in your world, but you are obviously assessing something here. It's just seems kind of clear to me. Anyway, let's look at the Prince of Swords. This Prince of Swords. 10 of Swords. We see this hand gesture. Now, before I say anything about this, because the 10 of Swords can be a wonderful card, if we're looking through here and we see, the Death card, transformation, we've got 3 10s already. 10s are at the end of that suit, at the end of the cycle. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So you're in that zone where you're entering a new spin of that wheel. There's a purpose, which is what I meant to say before talking about this. There's a purpose to the Prince and the lack of focus here, and to be carried off in various directions. There's a purpose to the no purpose, Virgo. It might not sit easily with you. It might not be comfortable for you. A feeling of dis-ease. It isn't a long-term thing. Sometimes there is a reason for it, and it plays itself out. 10 of Swords, an epiphany moment. This is an epiphany that comes from allowing yourself to wobble and wibble and be sort of distracted and all of that. There's an understanding that comes from this period. It's very heartening. It's very positive to see that Ten of Swords coming up. What else have we got? Anyway, I wasn't focused on that next card here, but working hard, working hard, working hard. Another card of the mind, the Eight of Discs. We're working hard. We do have a goal. We kind of do. We're on a path that we've been on for quite a long time. Three of Wands. There's nothing ahead of us that we can't handle. As I say, there's a lot of happiness here, but there's a sort of inner conflictual moment and epiphany that has been had. Seven of Cups for you, Virgo. Seven of Cups. Yeah. It's very much Seven of Cups and a card of assessment. In the Thoth deck, it focuses more on that water that's not moving to the capacity that it could. There's a stasis, and water is sort of designed to move. And what's good about this Ace of Wands is that it is just about to become quite electric, quite alive, quite vital. We take this as a gift, whether it's coming, well, it is coming from our environment or coming to us through experience, through others. But what it is an infusion of our own abilities to be decisive, to get what we need, to get what we want. And with that, we've got the Queen of Wands, a powerhouse, shining like a sunflower, shining like the sun. Ego-driven, well, we all need a bit of that. But as a queen, elevated in her position as the Queen of Fire, and action, vitality, all of that is literally just around the corner, if not on your doorstep right now. Can we look at the Two of Discs for Virgo? Making a decision. Making a decision. Two of Discs. For some Virgos out there, this period may have been like revisiting past, which it often is, isn't it? When you've got death somewhere, when you've got transformation somewhere, revisiting past. This decision that you make is not going to be at all based on any feelings of victimhood or lack. I say that because we have the Five of Discs, consummate card of choosing lack over gain. We all have the victim archetype within us that comes out to play sometimes, you know. So this decision is not based on that. It's actually based on an intrinsic element of you, Virgo, and that is to offer a level of service, right? It might be small at first. Page of Cups. This is a small emotional offering. But where it's coming from, you've got the kahunas, whatever, to go out there and get what you want and blah, 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 with that Queen of Wands. But it's as if you're tempering that fire a little bit. You're really thinking and planning how you're going to use that force, because you're using it in terms of offering something to others in a different way, maybe, than what you have before. And what's behind it is the High Priestess. We're resting our little toes here on that new moon. It's our little jump off point. You know what I mean, Virgo? Guidance in whatever way that comes to you, how you see it. On a personal level, how do you see it? Is it from a God form? Is it a higher voice within yourself? However you see it, it is the High Priestess holds a lot of your history. Okay, let's get a Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy, just as an extra little glimmer for Virgo today. Just as an extra glimmer. From the point at which you make your decision about how and what you offer, how and how you can be of service, you need to replenish yourself. You need to understand that this is all part of a new cycle. And Virgo, from the point at which you, I do often see the High Priestess as coming back to base in a kind of quite a cosmic way, in an X-ray vision kind of way, because we're moving beyond the veil of this knowledge. We have party to some level of knowledge about ourselves and our place in the cosmos, right? So anyway, what was I getting to? That there is a decision that will be made, and from that point things will start to move very quickly. As I said, you are tempering your will, your huge amount of vitality and power in that fiery way at the moment, because it's going to come out. You're going to express it in a way that's really impactful, is just what I'm getting here with Luarthus the Wild. Speed and force of green power, of directed power at its height. On that note, Virgo, I hope you got something from this reading, and thanks for liking and commenting and all of that. It's great stuff. So enjoy this beautiful new moon in lovely Cancer. Ka kite, Virgo. Cheery.